Hello, everyone. So we are already in week two. This is Monday, June 8th to Monday, June 15th. And let me scroll back up here. If you didn't already, there are a couple announcements up here, so please check those out. One of them is about the Success Center activity and our new class pal, Esmeralda, who will be holding the first PAL session this Wednesday from 12 to 1 p.m. So if you're available during that time, I highly recommend that you meet with her on Zoom, and that will also satisfy the requirement for the first Success Center activity. And then also about annotations and notes, I created a page. We can take a quick look here. I created a page called Examples of Annotations and Notes from, these are screenshots that I took from previous student submissions. So Google Docs is a popular way that people take digital or electronic annotations. Many of you like to use the GoodNotes app. I think a few of you are already using it. I do believe that you have to pay for it. I think it's only $10 a year though. So if that's doable for you and if you have like an iPad or something like that, that might be a good option. Handwritten annotations where this person printed, annotated by hand with a pen and highlighters, and then scanned using the CAM Scanner app and then uploaded to the assignment. And then this is just an example of typed notes. You could, of course, handwrite notes as well. And then if I see any of you using different sorts of technologies or approaches to the annotations or notes, I might ask permission to screenshot an example and share that here, and I will let you know if I update this page. All right. And again, if you have any questions or if you're struggling with annotations or notes, please feel free to reach out to me. I don't expect you to take notes or annotate everything. Um, Please just try, if it feels overwhelming to you, just focus on a few things that stand out to you, right? What really spoke to you, or what do you feel like was the most important piece of information in the readings, and things that you want to remember specifically for those articles where we are reading about the writing and essay related topics. You're going to want to use those ideas and those tips and those methods and techniques in your writing. So think about, okay, what do I want to make sure I do for this essay or for this outline or rough draft or whatever it might be. Okay, so week one is complete. Hopefully you have completed all of these things that are listed on this page. You should today, Monday, be submitting the two readings, annotations and or notes for that, and then participating in the discussion, posting your answers to the questions. And then this week, week two, you are going to need to reply to two classmates in that discussion by Friday. We have some articles to read from Lumen Learning all about narrative writing. So there's four articles here or pages. The introductory pages are usually super short. Like this one is just a very short little paragraph and a quote. So for something like this, I don't expect you to have any notes or annotations. If you want to, of course you can, but if it's a short, introductory section like this, it's okay if you just move on to the three main pages or articles here and annotate or take notes for those. So that is due by Friday as well. And then I did leave a comment here that just says to make sure that you do the assignments in the order that they're listed. So, get that discussion out of the way, read the narrative writing articles, read and watch the information on the MLA format page, then start your rough draft because all of these things are kind of building upon one another to help you be in the most prepared place to start your rough draft for essay one. The MLA format page or this assignment is you do not have to submit annotations or notes for this, but you are welcome to do that for extra credit, up to 5 points extra credit. So you're going to click here, uh, take a look at this MLA resources page, lots of different links to videos, articles, PDFs for just overall formatting, citing and using sources, which you do not have to do in this first essay, but you will need that for the next two essays. Same for the works cited page. And then actually, I think that this does not work anymore. Does it work? Oh, it does work. Okay. That must have been another link that I saw was not working. Okay, so there's that. Just familiarize yourself with those resources. You can also reach that through the homepage. Let me open up the homepage. If you click on the resources button from our homepage, you'll find that MLA resources page linked there as well. And then you're going to read the content and watch the videos on this MLA format page from my website. Looks like I need to fix that, but that was just a picture of the 9th edition of the MLA formatting handbook and some helpful videos for you visual learners and just several examples and sample papers. Okay, so really there's no excuse for you to have any errors on MLA formatting because I've provided you with all of these resources in a variety of different formats, whether you are an auditory learner, visual learner, or you just like to read it. It's all there for you. So please make sure that when you are writing your essays that you just double check all of the MLA format. Um, it might seem trivial, like it's not that big of a deal, but it really shows um, me as your professor that you are paying attention to detail, that you care about, you know, the little things. And I feel like for me, learning different formatting styles helped me to be someone who pays very close attention to detail because even like a space or the font might be off or the size of the font might be off, right? And that then you can apply to other things in life that are more important than formatting. Okay, so also by Friday, you should have a rough draft of your essay. So this, I'm looking for about 2 full pages here. And this is the personal narrative essay. So if you have not read this essay one assignment page yet, definitely you need to do that. But essentially, you're just telling, a little bit about your life story. But it should not just be like ramblings about, oh, I was born here and on this day and this time, and, listing out kind of facts about your life. There should be like a purpose to your story. Maybe you've overcome something that was really difficult. Maybe you went on an amazing vacation or trip that changed you in some way, or maybe a relationship had a really profound effect on your life, positively or negatively. Those are some things that students tend to write about. So think of something that you would like to share in this essay. And of course, everything is confidential. I don't share these personal narrative essays ever. So keep that in mind. Okay, the last thing for Friday, this is optional if you need a refresher on thesis statement. So even though you have a personal narrative essay about your life, again, there should be some point, which is the thesis. So you may want to just look over this page, especially if it's been a while since you've taken an English class. What is a thesis? Where should it appear? What does it look like? Great. This is an example for a narrative essay thesis statement. All right, and then moving on for next Monday, the 15th, we have another essay to read, a narrative essay called Shooting an Elephant by George Orwell. Uh, George Orwell, of course, is the author of the famous book 1984. You may have read that, or Animal Farm as well. This is a story about his time spent in Southeast Asian country, which was at the time a British colony, and his unfortunate experience of having to kill an elephant that was kind of wreaking havoc on nearby villages. Okay, next is tutoring for essay one. So you have a few options here. You're going to want to click on that tutoring support link, which is all explained in this assignment. But since we have a class pal, you also have the option of meeting with Esmeralda to complete your tutoring. So several different ways that you can do that. Of course, you can also connect with any Chafee Success Center tutor online or in person. And then there is also an after hours, it's called after hours net tutoring, where if you have a super busy schedule and you don't have time to meet with someone live, whether that's in person or online, you can upload a copy of your essay and then a tutor will read it and give you feedback, and you usually get that back within 24 hours. A lot of students like this option. However, the main reason students or the main negative of this option is that you can only select, I believe, two areas that you would like feedback on. And then if the tutor's comments are unclear or you're not sure exactly what to do, right, there's no back and forth. Um, so you just receive the comments and then that's it. And then you have to implement or decide whether to implement their suggestions. You can do this more than once, of course. So yes, just keep that in mind. So again, you click on tutoring support and it is going to take you to this page with the different options. So connect with a Chafee tutor. This is that net tutor. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is still available. You can check that out. I think this is the one. This is the after hours. Yes, the Writing Center where you can just drop off a paper or join a live session there. Okay, back to our week 2 page. And the last thing that is due next Monday, the 15th, is this first Success Center / PAL activity. The first one, there are 3 total that you'll need to complete. If you've already done the first one, like if you did a self-paced activity or a group activity already, you can still attend the group session this week with Esmeralda and receive credit for that for the next PAL activity, if you just kind of want to knock those all out as soon as possible. So again, you have 3 options: a group activity, a self-paced activity, or attend one of the PAL group sessions. So hopefully that's clear. And then most of you, all of you actually should be enrolled in this class, this summer Success Center class. If you're not enrolled in this, or if you do not see this on your course dashboard, please send me a message and I can reach out to the Success Center and get you enrolled in that. This is just an easy way to access all of the appointment services. If you click here, it will take you directly to the page to set up an appointment or to get that self-paced activity sent to you. Okay, so I believe that's it. Let's go back to week 2 really quick. So we have these items due this Friday, June 12th, and these things due next Monday, June 15th. We are working on the first essay, essay 1, which is the personal narrative, and you're finishing that discussion, seeking tutoring, and completing your first PAL or Success Center activity. All right, reminder down at the bottom are some extra credit options here. This is the last week to find the hidden Easter egg in the syllabus if you haven't found that and submitted that already. And then if you want to get a couple extra points towards your participation grade, you can follow my education account on Instagram if you have social media. And this is, of course, optional, but you can get a couple extra points to do that. Okay, let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.